seagulls.
Yeah, well, there you go. Nick, thank you very much for those stories. 22 minutes past 8 from seagulls to somersaults, because let's talk tumbling now. It looks like many young people on the island are becoming increasingly interested in gymnastics. And because of this, Phoenix Tumbling and Gymnastics have recently announced plans to increase the size of their facilities, offering more opportunities to those who want to try the sport out. A renovation to their base is estimated to cost around £30 to £50,000, which will be raised through donations, sponsorships and fundraising events. Our reporter Penny Elderfield is there for us this morning. Morning, Penny.
Morning, Tim. Yes, I'm just at Phoenix Gymnastics now, trying to resist the temptation to run along the giant trampoline and do some elaborate flourish at the end. Although my skills aren't quite up to the people's that I'm with at the moment. I'm with head coach Bobby Montague and gymnast Maya Vodin. Bobby, I'll start with you because you've made an announcement about plans for expansion. Quite an exciting time for you as a club.
It is, yeah. So we've been realising for a little while now that we kind of need to. Our current facility works well for us, but we need to look at expansion plans as like we have kids competing higher levels, we have more kids coming through the doors. So we looked into it and we looked at other premises and other feasible options, but really the space we've got here is really, really good for what we want to do. It's just making the necessary alterations and working out what those alterations are. But now we've got a pretty good idea. I'm quite excited about what that's going to look like.
What will it mean for the people that come to you and learn gymnastics with you?
So the main angle that we've got on this is that we're trying to make it so that it's the facility that we offer to all our members that we're trying to improve drastically. So, for example, like the squad kids and the kids competing, that's probably going to be the main one because it's going to provide them with the kind of equipment they need, the kind of space they need to learn the skills that are going to make it so that we've been doing off-island competitions this year and the kids did really well, but how well they're going to be able to do and the levels they're going to compete is going to go much, much higher given the facilities they're now going to be able to train in every week.
And looking at the kind of talent you have amongst the people that you teach, is there that potential for people to go further? Will they really benefit and as you say, be able to go on to bigger things if they have more kit here?
100%. Like we first time off island since COVID this year, and we took 12 kids, and now looking forward to next year, I think it's going to be easy. It's going to be between 30 and 50 that we take away. So that you can already see that there's the huge jump, and then the levels we'll be putting them in for. It is like last year. I think we had 12 kids go away, and we only had one competing at top regional level. Now we're going to have at least 10 competing at regional level, probably more. The rest all competing at club levels. Well, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but a lot of kids that qualify for the English Championships. Those 10 kids competing at regional levels will be able to qualify for the British Championships. So the standard's already going up. It's just a case of trying to keep up with it, basically.
And Maya, you've been doing gymnastics for a few years. What do you like about it so much?
I like the feel of having a second family for it, and it's just a really fun opportunity.
And what do you think about the idea of getting a bigger, better place to do it?
I think it's really good because then, like Bobby said, we can do all our tumbles.
And we were talking before we were talking on the radio about it, and you're quite a good tumbler and a flipper and a spinner or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I'd say.
Is she being modest, Bobby?
A little bit, yeah. No, Maya's one of those that's going to go in at regional levels next year, and hopefully, especially with the added extensions, she could do extremely well.
And you have plans that the rest of the island could perhaps benefit from this as well. It won't just be the children that use your club. Explain a bit more about how you see that working.
So the part of the point about changing the facility name when we opened to Guernsey Tumbling Centre is we want it to be the centre for tumbling on Guernsey. So we're the only competitive tumbling club, so we're the only ones that need the long competition track we're going for. But other training aids like the foam pit, the fast track, all the rebound equipment, that won't just help us, it'll help dance groups that need to develop acro skills for their routines, maybe cheerleading groups that also need to work on their tumbling, other gymnastics groups for working on bits of their floor routine. So there's a lot of benefits to a lot of other groups, and that's what we're really trying to offer as and when we can provide the facility.
You are hoping to raise money for it. Do you have plans for how to reach those targets? Because they're quite sizable, 30 to 50,000.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's just, we're kind of looking at every angle at the moment. I mean, it's been, since we made the announcement, the amount of support we've had has been crazy, far beyond what I could have imagined. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since, but we're looking at every angle. We've got ideas for donations, sponsorship, obtaining grants, fundraising. So we're looking at all angles at the moment, because we can't not really. But I'm very hopeful with the reception we've had so far.
Thank you, Bobby, for talking to us this morning, and of course Maya as well. And I suspect raising the money will be less of a challenge than if you had to teach me a cartwheel.
I don't know.
I'm not sure I'll ever get them.
Penny, thank you so much. That is our reporter Penny Elderfield down there speaking to Bobby Montague and Maya as well, down at the Phoenix Tumbling and Gymnastics group, talking to us this morning. Just before the news headlines, I want to bring you some sad news. One of the last remaining